There we go. All right. All right, great. So yes, we are all set there. We can officially begin here. We are excited for this week's live training here. We are going to be covering some really good insight around logistics, and obviously it relates to shipping and everything related to it. You know, to me, it's one of the often sometimes overlooked aspects of the business because, you know, it doesn't get as much attention as product selection or ranking your product. But when it comes down to profitability, the ability to scale, the ability to run your business profitably, it's arguably one of the most important aspects of your business. Because if in the e-commerce world, if you can't manage your inventory, if you can't manage that aspect and logistics and the timing and do so at a good rate, then you're gonna have a hard time. So with that, Barak, really excited to have you here. Barak, do you mind introducing yourself a little bit? I'll hand it completely over to you. I know Joey's working the chat there as well too. For everyone, feel free to ask questions. But Barak, welcome here, and I'll hand it over to you.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, man. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Barak Yilgam. I'm originally from Istanbul, Turkey. I lived in China 8 years. Now, last 5 years, I am based out of Miami, Florida, and I'm the founder of Forceget Digital Freight Forwarder. So, and I think Jamie was really right about inventory management profitability. You know, last 2-3 years, we had a lot of different issues regarding, you know, the supply chain, international logistics. Amazon inventory management has changed with different aspects, and now it's even getting like more serious, managing inventory, and then, you know, using the right profit tactics to stay on top of your inventory level and profitability.
Love it. Love it. Cool. Well, we'll
perfect. So I'll start with like a brief presentation, guys, what we do. You know, today I'm going to talk to you about a little bit. You know, I go to a lot of different events. Jamie, you also go to a lot of different events, and there are some presentations, you know, online topics, or, you know, in-person events that so many people talk about different topics. And you're right, like inventory management profitability is not very shiny topic, not very popular, similar to like, you know, outside marketing or external traffic, or, you know, building an email marketing campaign. But this is actually the fundamental, the core part of the business. You know, if you don't manage your business well, if you don't manage your inventory level well, you might be out of cash, you might be out of business, you might be out of inventory, and all these things causing a lot of different big problems. And especially this year, the money is very expensive in the world. You know, if you want to borrow money, the lenders are being also very careful about who they're lending the money, and then more importantly, how much they're going to give you, right? So what we do, we are an international logistic company with NVOCC license. We are Amazon SPN. We do ocean freight, air freight. We have warehouses around the world. We do truck shipments to Amazon FBA, and we do the custom clearance. So today's presentation, actually in the training, guys, I'm going to tell you a couple of things that it's really going to save you money. That's the type of the events I like to go and listen to the speakers, or like to go and talk, that people can actually you know, have some ideas when they exit the events, when they leave the meetings. They can have some information that they actually can apply, and they can actually save money. So I promise you today that there are a few things that you can speak to your suppliers, speak to your freight forwarders, speak to your custom brokers, and you can actually save thousands of dollars. I'll give you some actual serious case studies about that. So we have a team of like 40 people around. We have 2 offices in China. We have team in Istanbul, Turkey, Medellin, Colombia, and Miami. So 2023, when it comes to the freight forwarding, I actually would like to mention not only the freight forwarding, but this is also the supply chain. So when it comes to the supply chain, we are all looking at the freight forwarder. And this year, especially, there are a lot of companies, they're investing a big amount of money. 2023, we are expecting around $55 billion investment in international supply chain, and more important, digitalization. So companies like Maersk, UPS, DHL, they're investing billions of dollars to this industry to make it more clear for companies for communication, seamless collaboration, and instant messaging in their platforms. You know, making the bookings, instant bookings, getting the tracking information, and more importantly, after COVID, all of our lifestyle has changed. And so many of us, they have team members living in a different part of the world. We have virtual assistants, and it's very important to understand, especially if you're running Amazon industry, if you're running Amazon business, e-commerce, Shopify and Walmart, they're becoming like very active in the marketplaces. You really need to understand where you're standing. How can you manage your business without the time difference? So more importantly, we'll talk about some different things about freight forwarding, to do and don'ts. What I mean with that is, when you choose a freight forwarder, when you choose a supplier, there's some things that you should be actually paying attention. So especially recently, what we see is there are a lot of, international shipping process is actually something that a lot of people, they underestimate, especially about, when the shipment starts, the paperwork, documentation, by the time shipment get picked up, container loaded. So there is a big gap of the each leg between the supplier, freight forwarder, and the customer. Why this is really important for me to really mention today is to understand the inventory management, especially fourth quarter is coming. This is something that I'll be actually talking to you guys today. Hopefully you already decided about your fourth quarter orders. Now we have a lot of different delays in the supply chain process, especially in China. If you're a private label seller, or you buy product from Vietnam, India, Turkey, Pakistan, you definitely see a lot of delays regarding a lot of different reasons. Number one, the inflation. Raw material prices going really high, especially in Asia. There's a high inflation. With the fourth quarter, there's always shortage on the paper products, the outside master cartons, and more importantly, the factories maybe going to push you with faster payment terms to make sure that they have good cash flow, so they can have even more orders after the Chinese New Year. So I think this is the 1 year that it's going to be very tough. Every time I talk to my team members in China, they talk about how things are really difficult in China right now, especially from the supplier side, that they don't have enough orders, and even if they have the orders, they're trying to save money, and then so that they can see a lot of different quality issues. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, just drop it in the chat. I'm very happy to explain you later. So there's one thing that in here, if we had this call like a year ago, we might be talking about the congestions at the destination port, so for example, Long Beach, Los Angeles. But even if the ocean freight prices are down, and there's less congestion now, this year we see a lot of different domestic issues in the United States, and if you ship it to different marketplaces such as Germany, UK, and Canada, that's something that I'll talk as well. So you need to understand the process of international shipping. By the time shipment starts until it's actually loaded to the container, first part, like China, process time is around 10 to 12 days. By the time it departs, now we see around 20 days average shipping time. By the time it comes to the US, custom clearance and picked up another 7 to 10 days. It arrives to the destination port, to one of the warehouses, let's say in North America, in California, and then it's distributed to either Amazon or your 3PLs or the other location that you're shipping to. So all these parts are actually taking a lot of delays recently, especially in the US local side, because recently we had a lot of strikes, and we had a lot of issues with the destination port. So international shipping process, once the shipment delivered to the final destination, which is Amazon, now we see a lot of delays. Jamie, I'm sure you heard about Amazon lay off almost 50,000 people from their warehouses, because during the COVID, there were a lot of demands, like lots of people, they ship a lot of products. Amazon keep opening new warehouses. Amazon keep hiring new people. Every day they hire almost hundreds of people in different fulfillment centers. So now they have these mega warehouses around the Midwest and East part of United States, but then they don't have enough employees to proceed the orders. So now what we see is a really big delay on Amazon deliveries, especially when we try to do a full container. If your shipment is floor loaded, go to Amazon directly. You need to be really careful, because Amazon generally reschedules that. So we had an issue. We had a case actually almost 2 weeks ago, that one of our customer product has been delivered to Amazon fulfillment center. After only 3 times we did the attempt, and all of them, they had actual appointment time. By the time we show up, we take the container there. They say that there's not enough people in the warehouse, so we need to take the shipment back. So this is like really crucial. So I really highly recommend you guys, if you're shipping something directly to Amazon, make sure that your freight forwarder has an MVOCC license. They have a DOT number, which means that they can make an Amazon appointment directly through their Carrier Central account. So by the time we come to a product destinations, like product selection and product tariff, product HS codes. So I don't know if anyone has an idea why I put this. Jamie, do you have an idea where I'm going with this picture?
Not yet, no.
So this is a doormat. So we had one of our clients that they ordered doormat as a full container. So what I'm going to talk to you guys about, like where you can actually save money, where you can actually lose money. So there are a few things that that you can actually go and apply to your business is checking the unit box sizes, MasterCard sizes, and pallet sizes, and redesign your maybe product boxes. So at the moment we're talking about profitability, but you guys should not be actually looking too far ahead, too far away to try to do something new, something crazy. Instead of doing that, you should be start analyzing your own product. So Amazon inventory management page right now has an option of different product sizes according to the different FBA feed tiers. So there are a few things you can do. Number one, you can order your competitor products to see whether your unit box is size is good enough, big, small. You can make the measurements, and then if you think that there's if Amazon is charging you more than that, you can send Amazon, you can create a case, you can send them a picture of your competitors, and you can show what is the size of the competitor, and then you can this way start saving some money. So this is something that we start recommending to most of our clients. They start doing this, and you can be sure that most of the cases Amazon is actually charging you different, because they might change with inches, they might be changing everything with centimeters, millimeters. So even the weight size of the weight of the product, the unit is very various. So this way you can actually go and check how much you can save from your existing catalog, how much you can save from your existing product. So this is number one tip, that you should go to Seller Central account, check the Amazon fee calculator, see if your products are charged correct sizes. You have no idea how much you can save. If you have 20, 30 different products in your catalog, you can definitely save money. I can 100% ensure you that. The second thing that I want to mention in here is the HS code check. So I will be explaining a little bit more the HS code, but I want to go back to the picture before I show you the doormat. So there are so many products that the HS code is actually, it's called HTC code, which every product in the world have a firm 10 to 12 digits of numbers that assign according to the product name, the material, what is it made of, the thickness, the weight. It can change. Every product might have more than one different HS codes. According to the picture I send you, that we can see that doormat has two different HS codes. The one which starts 3924 had 25% tariff for North America, for United States. The one start with 5705, it has only 3.3% duty and tax. So our clients, which they didn't pay attention in the past, that they had worth of $40,000 product, and each container they were actually paying $8,000 more duty and tax. So imagine if you can fit in there 8,000 units, that makes it actually $1 per unit landing cost. So the reason why there could be like different HS codes according to the different product, your supplier in China or like India, Turkey, other marketplace that you source a product, they can declare their custom an HS code according to their local tariff. So the tariff code, the tax value at the destination, let's say in China, and the origin in China it can be different than the one at the destination. So you can go back to your supplier, ask the HS codes, get the list of the HS code and the alternatives, and you can send it to your freight forwarder, your custom broker to check if you can find alternative. I can 100% assure you again that some of the HS code you will find will have a lower duty. And by the end of the presentation, I'm going to share my email address with you guys. It's sales@forescat.com. You can send it to me, your product list, and we can give you a free HS code check if you want it. So there are a few things that you can be also, saving money according to the Incoterms. Recently, we see a lot of customer of ours, they're using FOB Incoterm. So your suppliers is actually adding some additional cost on that local charges to save some money. So I highly recommend you to check with your supplier both price X work and FOB. And if they tell you the price for X work and FOB is correct, I highly recommend you to consider to working with that supplier again, because X work means the manufacturer produced the product, they pack it, and the cost of the product includes only delivery within the factory. So you are in charge of paying the origin charges. Let's say if you're shipping from China, you need to pay China local charges, and you need to pay the international shipping, air or sea, and the destination customs, etc. If the Incoterm you're using is FOB, it means that your supplier needs to pay the origin charges. So they manufacture the product, they leave it at the factory gate, and then they also need to pay all the fees that's going to happen in China, such as custom clearance, the insurance, the pickup fee, all the way to the delivered to the destination, all the way to the delivered to the origin warehouse, and more importantly, loading fees at the origin. So that's why for each product, at least there should be 20 to 40 cents of price difference between the X work and FOB. So I highly recommend you, when you're sourcing new product or for your existing product, go and ask, oh, you're giving me an X work, how much will be the FOB price? Or they're giving you FOB price, you're like, I want to start working X work, how much would the X work price for a unit? So you need to make sure there's a gap between 20 to 40 cent unit cost. So that's going to help you to change your landing cost of the products. But more importantly, imagine you have more than 10 products, and each product you're selling 500 units per month. You're looking at around 3,000 to 4,000 units. And then if you're saving like 30 to 40 cents, you're looking at around $1,000 to $1,500 per month saving. So this, at the end of the year, it makes a $15,000 to $18,000 total saving, where you can spend on that money to maybe hiring a marketing agency or PPC agency, or you spend that money on some outside traffic. So you can definitely understand your landing cost and origin cost. And more importantly, right now we see a lot of delays on the fulfillment center check-ins. So normally by the time we deliver the product to the FC centers, they transfer between more than 30 to 40 different fulfillment centers. By the time it checks in, you can see that Amazon is distributing your product. So there are a lot of companies or people that when we deliver the product, generally the new starters, when we deliver 1,000 units of cocktail shaker, they say that, oh, 2 weeks, 3 weeks passed, I only have 200 units available. Why I don't have 1,000 units available in my inventory? So you really need to be careful before your fourth quarter. You need to make sure that you deliver your product on time, so Amazon can check them in all in different local warehouses and they can become available. And I highly recommend you to go to your shipping queue website and check each shipment whether they're successful, receive everything in one time or not. So this is very important. Another things like, understanding the transit time and the trade terms. This is X work and FOB. And when you work in some of the companies, they like to work with Amazon Global Logistics. We're expecting a big delay on the fourth quarter with them. So definitely be careful. And also making sure that you're using agents with insurance. So the correct HS code, this might apply to you, it may not apply to you if you have a product with like a mix of different products. So the full finished product has 3.5% tariff in US, made in China. If you use product name on the packing list and commercial invoice, only let's say cocktail shaker or bamboo stem cocktail shaker, then your duty rate and tax rate will increase. So that's why HS code matters. So I highly recommend you go and check what's your HS code. Price negotiation in RMB, guys, this is end of June 2023. I'm hoping that you're planning already your fourth quarter orders. RMB is depreciating against US dollar. So if you look at it, January 2023, the exchange rate was around like 6.75. So now it's around 7.22. So if you consider the exchange rate change, it's around like 10%, you can say. So it means that Chinese factories are saving 10% because you pay them US dollar and they buy RMB to pay, they buy yuan to pay their suppliers. So you can negotiate it and telling them, hey, we're paying US dollar. I see that Chinese yuan is losing its value. So give me 3% discount, give me 5% discount. I'm gonna make a big discount for you. This is 100% will save you money. If your supplier tells you, oh no, our label costs increase a lot, inflation is too high in China. Yes, that's true, but they also need the orders. So I highly recommend you, before you place in the 4 quarter orders, make sure you go to get price from 1 or 2 different companies and check the final cost. So this is an example. If you're buying like a mixed products, or like, you know, if you kind of have like a gift package, etc., definitely go and ask your supplier each product price separately instead of getting like a full set. Because this way, whenever the supplier tells you, oh, the price increased 5%, then you can understand whether the bamboo increase or the stainless steel or the raw material increase for packaging. So this is very important in my opinion. So guys, there's one thing I would like to give you an idea. If you know that, you know, probably most of you guys had maybe revenue decrease in 2022, 2023. So we are working with Amazon Canada now for the expansion to Canada. I highly recommend you to look into that. If you're not selling on Amazon Canada, the CPC cost is lower. Higher income buyers, your listing will be transferred to, you know, with the reviews and ratings and reviews to Amazon Canada. So you can easily ship, either you have stock in USA, we can help you to ship it to truck to the East Coast or West Coast of Canada, or if you have a shipment coming through China, go through New York port and then go to the East Coast. So 70% of Amazon warehouses, fulfillment centers are in Ontario. The 30% is in the West Virginia, generally British Columbia, in West Coast of Canada. So if you are not sure how to start the Canada, you need NRI registration. It means that non-resident importer. It takes 24 to 48 hours. You can import in the future. You need like a CPA, but it's something cheap you can find online. You have an income tax, but if you want to increase, and if you have some dead stock, that inventory that you think that, hey, it's 4 quarters coming, I need to get rid of some inventory, I want to get like cash back, definitely I recommend you to use Canada. We can also help you to import to Canada. We can be part of the import of record. So there are 2 things when you choose the freight forwarder. I recommend you. You got to make sure that they're NUSCC member. It means that it's recognized, the non-vessel operation common carrier is recognized by the U.S. Custom Border Protection, CBP, and WCA if they have the connections worldwide locations, because if you want to expand to different marketplaces, Amazon makes it very easy to expand to different marketplaces now, because they want you to become the brand. If you want to become a brand, if you want to exit one day your business, you should definitely expand different marketplaces, Walmart, Shopify, if obviously the product is suitable, or even other marketplaces and different websites. So companies like us, who is part of like NUSCC and WCA, can help you to ship worldwide. So be aware of Incoterms, understand the Incoterms. Consider FBM for the 4th quarter, making sure that you have the right contacts in the freight forwarder companies. Don't work with your supplier's freight forwarder. I'm hoping that everybody already knows that. And make sure you have a couple of different contact people in the freight forwarder or 3PLs that you work in case something falls apart or that person quits the job. That happens a lot before the Chinese New Year, during the Chinese New Year. Please make sure you have the contact information more than 1 people. So obviously don't use supplier's freight forwarder. You have no control, no direct communication with them. You never know what is the actual freight cost. never only consider FBA. Think about alternatives. I'm saying that because during the fourth quarter, we are expecting huge delays with Amazon checking not freight forwarders delivered to them and making sure that you have the tracking information for your shipments. So Amazon deliveries, I think that's also something crucial when it's fourth quarter. If you guys are shipping big quantities, make sure you consider, LTL and FTLs, US local deliveries. And when you use Amazon partner carriers, make sure that you track every day whether the shipment picked up or not. We will see a lot of delays with Amazon partner carriers to pick up and deliver the cargo to Amazon. Everything matters this fourth quarter. I know that keyword search volumes are absolutely lowest this year compared to the last 2-3 years. So you're trying to not lose any money during the fourth quarter. So be definitely careful. And if you guys are looking for a 3PL, we have a Los Angeles warehouse. Our monthly storage fee is actually $35. But for Jamie's crew and all you guys who wants to use a 3PL during the fourth quarter, we have a special offer for $28 per month. Make sure you're checking out what is your FBA fee on the fourth quarter, and be careful. And this is the last slide that I want to show you. This is how our platform looks like. We are the only Amazon FBA international logistic company offering real-time tracking on our website. So you can track your shipments online. You can see your inventory. You can communicate with our team in the platform. So there's no more time difference. So hopefully, you guys, this was helpful. And hopefully you can save some money, negotiating to your suppliers in RMB, and also checking out your HS codes.
Good stuff, Rock. Good stuff. Yeah, Evan had the question around the exchange rate concept again, which I know can be a little, I'll say confusing for you guys, but it can be a little tricky just because you're dealing with an exchange rate. And of course, you can go either way, in favor or not. But do you want to just kind of share that one again, and I guess when it's applicable and when it's not, I guess. Yeah.
So imagine, guys, you're ordering $10,000 worth of calculator, right? The cost of making this in China, because I lived in China 8 years. Every time I go to a Chinese factory, they buy everything in their local money, right? They will buy their domestic products. If you buy this product from China, they have probably 4 or 5 different suppliers. One of them is doing the raw material of LED screen, and then there is the plastic outside. Some of them are producing boxes. So a Chinese manufacturer who produces calculator, they don't manufacture the local, they don't manufacture every part of that product. So they go to different suppliers in local market. Imagine your supplier is in Shanghai and they have their local box manufacturer in Ningbo, another is in Xi'an, another is Shenzhen. So they go and buy local money, yuan, all those raw materials. They bring the factory, they assemble it, they pack it, and they ship it. So 3 years ago, when you pay them $10,000 in the local market, they could only get 6.75 $1 as an RMB. So $10,000 worth was 67,000 RMB. But today's world, they can go and buy 72,000 RMB with that money because of the exchange rate. It means you pay them the same amount of money, right? You pay them $10,000. They again receive $10,000. But when they go and exchange that money in the bank, instead of getting 67,000 RMB, now they're getting 72,000 RMB. So they automatically, compared to 3 months ago, they're getting more local money. So they're actually making more profit in each order. So that's why I hope this is kind of clear what I mean. So you can go and ask them, hey, I want discount because I know that you can buy more RMB now. The RMB depreciated against US dollar. So you can negotiate the price discount. At least I go with 5%. All right, perfect, Ivan. Thank you. Do you also do inspection if you're not sure with local repeal inspection? No, we don't really do inspection, but if you guys connect me with after the presentation, I can recommend you a couple of local people. I know that there are a couple of big ones, more corporate. I can help you with recommending a few of them. Yes, but I think one thing, guys, definitely go and ask your supplier if they have other HS codes for their products. If they have alternative HS codes, that's something that's going to save you thousands of dollars. You have no idea how much our customers are getting back because of the different HS codes. My internet connection is okay. Did you guys hear everything I said, actually, Jamie?
Yeah, it was all good. Don't worry. I know sometimes locally it happens to all of us, you know, anything for Debbie. Hopefully it got better for Debbie there, because I know it can happen to.
You know, I think one of the biggest challenge also is going to be, Jamie, is during the fourth quarter, the check-in process to Amazon is going to be very slow. So people should be try to delivering their products as early as possible. I know that it means additional cash maybe that they need to get to cover that extra maybe 1 month or something, but we are really expecting maybe 45 days to 50 days full check-in time, which is a year ago it was like 20 days even.
Cool. I'm just looking through the question. I saw William questions about you doing inspections. And
yeah, I just answered that.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah.
So Evan, no, it's not going to flag anything. You can use a different HS code every time you ship the product, as long as your custom broker approves that. You know, sometimes we have the same issue with motorcycle cover. So motorcycle cover is made of, depends on what product. It could be made of silicone. It could be made of maybe cotton. It could be made of different products. So don't only go with the product name, but also look at the material. So motorcycle cover has 25%. Another material has 6.5 plus 7.5. So it means that there's 12% difference between two products. So just ask your custom broker, freight forwarder, who can check that for you. But your supplier will know the best HS code for you.
Real good info. Again, is this is really practical stuff when it comes to shipping and some of the tips too around negotiation. That is like I said, because the beautiful thing is every dollar that you save right on this process goes right to your bottom line, right? So it can really,
so many people now, they try to drive more traffic to their listings. You know, so much information. You know, they're talking about TikTok, they're talking about influencer marketing, they try like different Google advertisement, Facebook. But if you can start saving product that you have in your hand already existing, you know, checking out like what's the size of the product you have, what is your competitor paying for your FBA fees. You can even do that in Amazon.com now. Start from there. It's just very simple. If you have like a product, 20 SKUs, imagine if each product you're selling, like you're saving 3%. That's going to make a big saving for your existing product. You don't need to look at too much outside, and then you can decide what do you want to do with that. Whether you want to negotiate with your supplier to order bigger quantity of product, or you can spend that money for extra traffic or, you know, additional marketing budget or PPC. And probably the fourth quarter PPC budget is going to be off the roof. So hopefully some people can save money on the HS code international shipping. And definitely just check when Amazon announce what is their fourth quarter fees, just compare with 3PL. I know that there's a big saving using a 3PL and ship partial shipment every 2-3 days with the UPS could be saving a lot of time. And also UPS check-in time is way faster than the LTLs. LTLs means like palletized products.
All right, cool. Good stuff. So yeah, let us know any other questions you have in the if you have any more in the chat. This has been, we'll keep an eye. I know we put it into some of our private social groups as well too. So it is good. So well, cool. Well, again, hopefully you guys got some good value. Let me see here. Let me get yeah, William says sounds very thorough. Yeah. Brock's definitely an expert in the space. I think I see you every event I go to or spot. You're always there.
Yeah,
always
try and tell people with supply chain and visibility. That's where the money is, like profitability. And this year is going to be big. Next year, same. Hopefully everyone make it amazing like fourth quarter, man. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, Brock, is really appreciate you having. Great to have everyone on here in our group here. I see Elizabeth's on here as well too. Nikki, of course, Peter, welcome aboard again. Tiffany, great to have you aboard. We've got Anand, great. I know Anand, you're working on. You're going to be in this process, Anand. You got some really cool products you're launching. Chris, Amy, again, welcome aboard. Debbie, awesome. And then let's see here. We've got and Evan again, good questions as well too. So awesome. All right. Well, anything else you guys have, feel free to put it in there. But Kamal says thanks a lot. Good info. Any other feedback you guys have? Nikki says, if we want to use the storage offer, is there a place for us to enter a code online, or do we get in touch with you?
You can just like get in touch with me and mention that you joined the panel right now, and I'll assign one of my key account managers to help you guys. So I'll drop the email address here again. And
sure, put it in the chat.
And if you guys want to like chat with me, I can offer 15 minutes free consultancy. If you want to go through like, HS codes, the shipping marks, shipping terms with your freight forwarders, or how to go that through, I'm gonna also drop off my meeting link in here. So you guys feel free to like book some time with me. Nice. Sure. Please do it.
Chat offer, Evan. Yeah, absolutely. That's why we guys do this. And we definitely appreciate Brock agreeing to come aboard. Elizabeth says, excellent. Thank you. Yep. And take advantage of it. Yep. So that's what this is for, to help you guys out and to kind of just connect you with kind of the best people in the industry too. So I think this was really good. So again, this has been recorded too. So this will be in your guys' membership area for reference here as soon as we edit it, and we'll have it up there pretty quick. Obviously, if there's any questions, reach out to us via Voxer if you have anything to connect. If you want to, like I said, connect directly with Brock there with his generous offer, you can email him there. As he says, I remember he says he personally monitors that sales at right. Email directly there too. So that's directly to him. Yeah. Kelvin says, great info. What's up, Kelvin? Awesome. All right. Well, appreciate it. And this was a lot of great info in a pretty efficient amount of time. And look forward to seeing you again soon in person. And
thank you, man. You too.
Yeah. Everyone, don't be shy to reach out too if it's a question, or if you just want to connect or for the future. Yeah, just reach out directly to Brock. So
perfect.
All right. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you.